Hello, hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to have you here today where we are going to be talking about tips for managing your Facebook group. So this is a huge thing for a lot of online entrepreneurs is to have a Facebook group, and I have had one for years. So I have lots of information to give to you today, but first of all, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. For those of you that I have not gotten the chance to meet yet, my name is Nicole Kringsted, and I am an online business coach and strategist for introverts. I'm so excited to have you here. If you are an introvert, welcome, welcome. You are my people. I am also an introvert, so I understand what you're going through and what it's like to be an introvert, trying to run a business. There's so many social aspects to it that take our energy and that we need to recharge, and so I am here for you every step of the way. If you ever have questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, drop a comment below this video, whatever works for you. But now to go into today's content where we are talking about managing a Facebook group. So I totally understand the work that is involved with making a Facebook group. I'm on my second group. I originally started with my first group, which is the same name as my current one, the Badass Business Introvert. So again, focusing on introverts because those are my people. But my first group that I started was a hot mess express. So if you are starting off and your group is kind of rings a bell with some of these things, don't feel bad. I've definitely been there because I'm writing from experience, talking from experience, and giving you all of this information. So here we go. So my first tip is going to be about setting rules for your group. When I started my first group, I wanted people to feel like they didn't have to be restricted, so I didn't have any rules. I just kind of let them be able to express themselves and do what they wanted, and I felt that, they knew that this was my group and this was my space and that they would be respectful. And really what that led to was me being walked all over as a group owner and taken advantage of. It was nothing but promo palooza. People were just spamming the group. No one was making connections. No one was providing value. It was a hot mess. It was terrible. It was no fun to be in. It was no fun to manage. So after a while, I kind of got rid of that group because there was just no reviving it at that point. There was a lot of other things I had done, which we will go into, to make it not successful. So I started a second one. And I tried and set up some different rules right from the get-go. And Facebook has a really good feature where you can go ahead and set the rules, each one in there, and then when people break the rules, you can click which rule they have broken and send it to them when you remove their post. So anytime someone promos outside of the promotion threads in my current group, then I just go ahead and click delete, and I click the rule that they broke, and which is usually promotions, and then send, and they get an alert saying what rule they broke and that their post was deleted. So super, super convenient. So setting those rules, set those boundaries. I don't care what your group rules are. Maybe you won't allow promotions at all. Mine allows promotions and threads on specific days. We have Freebie Friday, Social Media Saturday. Just yesterday I did a spontaneous free-for-all promo thread. So, but whatever the rules are, set them beforehand. Go check out your Facebook groups that you're in now. Go look at mine, the Badass Business Introvert. Figure out what the groups are. Do you like them? Do you not? What would you change? Make them your own. Make them, what you want your group to reflect, the vibe you want to reflect, etc. But you need to have some sort of rules in place, because if you're just like, you can do what you want, guys, you're going to get a lot of spammy people in there posting a lot of spam all the time. So set your group rules. Number 2, you want to set time aside to work on your group. My first big mistake with my first group was thinking that once people joined, they would just chat and post all the time, and it would just grow organically without me having to do much, and I could just sit back and relax. Yeah, dream world, right? So I was very wrong. Your group members are only going to engage and show up if you are showing up in your group. You got to schedule your posts or pop in there. You don't have to sit there and organically or, show up every single day on the spot. You can schedule your posts, but you also need to pop in every once in a while and give them that organic and real interaction that's live, replying to comments, commenting on other people's stuff, especially when you're just getting started. You need to be replying to every comment people make on your post, commenting on every post that people share in your group if you want that engagement to go up. It's going to take time to manage the group, grow the group, engage in the group. So set the time aside. I'm not trying to scare you. It is totally doable and it doesn't need to take a lot of time, but you do need to set the time aside. Number 3 is all about staying consistent. I know you are so excited to start your group. You've put a whole bunch of work in. Maybe your group's already running. You've created a bunch of content. You know that it's going to be fire, and you go and you promote and you're posting all this stuff and you hear crickets. Like literally no one is commenting, engaging, interacting, clicking links, anything. Stay consistent. It takes time to grow. But when you stay consistent, people are going to start consistently showing up. If you drop off for a while and stop posting and then come back and think people are going to stay at the level of interaction that they were when you stopped, you're wrong. They are going to go back to starting over at ground zero. Trust me, I've done it more than once. If you guys have not checked out my YouTube video about consistency yet, please go do that. Creating consistency in your business. There are some great tips in there for you, and I will link that in the description below as well so you can check that out. But keep showing up. If you keep showing up, your members will too. Next is make a plan. Make a plan. When are you going to post? How will you attract new members? How will you keep your current members engaged and interested? Keep a plan. Start slow if it's just overwhelming, working on 2 to 3 days at a time, and then build up to something. So you're not feeling yet like you have to, set this time aside every few days to get your content together and schedule it out and get it posted. I currently like to do about 3 to 4 weeks in advance. I'll go and I'll schedule all my weekly threads. I'll figure out if we're doing any sort of theme for posting and get all of those scheduled and make it easy for myself so that you know what I have to do the entire month. So March is done. And it's March right now, whenever you're watching this video. And what I do right now, like March is all scheduled. March is scheduled. All I have to do is go in and interact with people. And that's fun. That's kind of fun. You get to interact with and talk to the group members. I don't personally like to schedule content, so I just get it all done. So, and if you need help coming up with your plan, what you're going to post, creating your content, whatever that may be, brain dump it out. And if you guys have not heard of brain dumping before, I will also link a link to my blog about brain dumping in the description below. So go check that out because that will be a huge helpful resource for you. Finally, know that all groups go through cycles. Groups go through those cycles of the highs and lows. There will be a time when your group is super, super engaged. People are posting, interacting, and you feel like on top of the world because this is what you wanted your group to be all along. And then there will be times when your group goes quiet and numbers go down and you'll feel like you're talking to nobody. Every single group goes through these cycles, and the main thing is to refer back to one of my other tips to stay consistent. Because if you don't stay consistent and you get discouraged and you drop off, coming back and trying to re-engage them is going to be even harder. It's going to be even harder to get them back to where they were. But if you keep showing up, your group will go back up to that high, and it just goes through the cycles. So if you are running a Facebook group, let me know below in the comments of this video. I would love to be able to check all of them out. Be sure to join my Facebook group too as well, the Badass Business Introvert. I'll put a link in the description below. Otherwise, be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel. New videos coming out every Tuesday. Can't wait to have you there, and I look forward to seeing you in the group on Facebook. Thanks, everyone.